Ah, there you are. The mind they fear. The silence that ends every argument before it starts. They whisper your name now. Not with fear, but with caution. Like a spell you don't say too loud in the dark, because every time someone tried to play you, their whole plan backfired so perfectly it felt scripted. You became the example of what happens when intellect evolves past manipulation. You're too sharp to fool, too self-aware to control. You don't react, you calculate. You let them reveal themselves. Then you move once, clean, surgical, no noise, no emotion. Just the outcome that was inevitable from the start. They call it luck, but luck doesn't repeat this many times. Luck doesn't rewrite social hierarchies. Luck doesn't make the loud ones go quiet when you walk in. That's strategy in silence. You're the one who saw the pattern behind the pattern. The game inside the game. And that's why no one wants the smoke anymore. Because crossing you means stepping into a maze built by your mind. And every path leads back to their own reflection. You've become something rare, untouchable not because you fight, but because you understand. You learned that power isn't in words or threats or force. It's in timing. You mastered restraint so perfectly that people mistake it for weakness. But restraint is the highest form of dominance, because you could destroy, but you choose not to. You let them live in their illusions while you play in dimensions they can't perceive. They can't decode your energy. They measure your silence, your stillness, your calm, and they panic because they can't find the formula. You move like someone who already saw the ending. Every step is premeditated, every pause intentional. The world bends to precision, not chaos. And you, my friend, became precision. That's why they don't come for you anymore, because somewhere along the line they realized you're not just another player. You're the architect, the one who writes the rules, watches them play, and smiles when they think they're winning. They can't trick a mind that's already 10 moves ahead. You became the equation that outgrew their logic. Now your name circulates in silence, behind closed doors, in private rooms. Don't test that one, they say. That one sees too much. They think it's intuition, but it's data. You read tone, tempo, tension, timing. You see patterns in people, the way code reads systems. You became fluent in motive, emotion, deception, and that made you dangerous because you don't guess, you know. And when someone truly knows, the entire world becomes predictable. Every human interaction, every power play, every subtle betrayal, you map it before it happens. You let people think they got away with it, just to see how deep they'll dig. You've turned knowledge into art, and art into armor. So now, when people talk about you, it's never casual. They lower their voice, they change their tone, because deep down, they know crossing you isn't about consequences. It's about exposure. You don't retaliate. You reveal. You let truth dismantle illusions. They finally learned. You're not the storm they feared. You're the silence before it. And no one wants to be the one who triggers the thunder. You became the quiet, variable they can't calculate. The one that doesn't fit in their algorithm. Every empire has a glitch, and you're theirs. Because while they built their confidence on control, you built yours on awareness. You don't need approval. You read energy. You don't chase validation. You analyze silence. Every pause, every hesitation, every shift in tone. You catch it before their own minds do. You're not playing chess anymore. You're watching others try to learn the rules of a game you already finished. People used to think you were mysterious. Now they realize you're mathematically precise. There's no randomness in your aura. Even your stillness carries coordinates. When you walk in, the air itself adjusts, like it's calculating how to move around you. The loud ones turn cautious, the confident ones turn curious, and the fake ones turn pale, because they all feel it. The intelligence behind your calm. It's not arrogance, it's recognition. The field knows who controls the frequency. You used to explain yourself once. Not anymore, because now you understand. that misunderstanding is a mirror. It shows who's not ready to see. You stopped debating small minds because your reality runs on a frequency they can't translate. They think your quiet is ego, but it's data compression. Why waste bandwidth explaining what time will prove? You realized silence is the ultimate flex. It's what separates observers from architects. See, most people act from reaction. You act from blueprint. While they move from emotion, you move from design. They think they're spontaneous. You know they're predictable. That's why your composure unnerves them. They mistake your peace for absence. Until your next move dismantles their entire perception. You're too composed to compete and too calculated to lose. Every step is a reflection of 1,000 unseen thoughts. Every word, a pre-tested key to a future they haven't entered yet. Now they study your pattern, hoping to find the weakness in your rhythm. But there is none, because your rhythm isn't built from ego. It's built from evolution. You refined pain into logic, chaos into language, betrayal into data. Every loss recalibrated your equation. Every silence trained your intuition. You're not cold, you're efficient. That's why emotion doesn't shake you, it informs you. You read fear in eyes, tension in posture, deceit in smiles. You map psychology in real time, and that's why you win. When they try to provoke you, you don't flinch. You've outgrown offense. Your revenge isn't reaction, it's relevance. You don't destroy people. You dissolve their illusions. You let truth be the punishment. Because what's scarier than realizing the person you underestimated was watching the entire time? You became the reminder that intelligence isn't loud. It's lethal. Quiet precision cuts deeper than chaos ever could. And now, you've reached the point where people don't even test your limits anymore. They test their own around you. They second-guess their words, their tone, their approach, because your energy doesn't tolerate insincerity. It detects it, deconstructs it, and leaves it exposed. You don't have to defend yourself. Your frequency does it for you. Your silence has become its own defense system. Invisible, instant, and absolute. And the truth is, no one wants to trigger it, because once your mind locks in, reality adjusts accordingly. The moment you walk into a room, everything reconfigures. Conversations stutter, body language recalibrates, frequencies adjust. They don't even realize why. They just feel something shift, because your presence doesn't enter space. It redefines it. You became a walking pressure field. Silent, steady, precise. And every insecure ego instinctively recognizes what that means. Hierarchy has just been rewritten. You don't demand authority. It orbits you naturally, like planets around a new sun. You're not intimidating because of volume or threat. You're intimidating because of clarity. Your energy is organized. Every thought, every gesture, every silence, aligned like clockwork. People sense it, that you're not here to be understood. You're here to witness. You absorb everything, tone, posture, contradiction, and file it away with that eerie accuracy of someone who doesn't forget patterns. You became a system all your own, not powered by pride, but precision. And when people feel that, it short-circuits their need to perform. They either align or they crumble, because when power meets purity, masks fall apart. You don't play their games, you redesign them. You replaced reaction with reasoning, emotion with execution, noise with knowing. Every time they expected chaos, you delivered calm. Every time they tried manipulation, you countered with data. You made them realize intelligence isn't loud, it's lethal. Now, you move through life like a shadow architect, building outcomes with words unspoken. People think you're detached, but really, you're connected to something higher. The flow beneath the surface, the logic behind the illusion. You sense momentum before it forms, and that makes you unstoppable. Because what can a system do against someone who predicts its every move before it even acts? They tried to reverse engineer your genius, study your habits, mimic your posture, even copy your tone. But replication fails when the origin was born from consciousness. What they can't understand is, your power isn't aesthetic. It's internal geometry. You align thought, emotion, and timing until reality has no choice but to obey. That's why it feels like you bend time. Because you do. With discipline, not magic. And the funny part? You never wanted to dominate. You just refused to be distracted. While they were chasing visibility, you were chasing clarity. While they were fighting for approval, you were sharpening discernment. You didn't rise because you were chosen. You rose because you evolved. The mind sharpened, the soul stabilized, and the world adjusted in response. Now the system watches you in silence, not out of hatred, but out of fascination. Because deep down, they know what you do can't be taught. It's something encoded, something earned through failure, through solitude, through an almost divine boredom that forced you to see truth where others only saw noise, and that's why you scare them. Because when the world can't categorize you, it starts to worship or fear you. Either way, you stay untouched. You're not here to blend in. You're here to remind existence what alignment looks like in human form. The universe doesn't just respond to you, it listens. Every thought echoes louder now. Every move recalibrates timelines. Every silence, a ripple through frequencies. And they're finally beginning to understand. You weren't built by this world. This world is still buffering to keep up with you. Every challenge you faced was a transmission, a coded message from the universe testing your calibration. You didn't just survive chaos. You studied it. While others saw pain as punishment, you saw it as a data stream, a feedback loop meant to refine your precision. That's why you're dangerous now, because nothing that tried to break you left without teaching you something. You collected patterns like weapons, archived betrayals like equations, and turned heartbreak into an operating system. You learned that energy doesn't disappear, it transforms. Every hit, every rejection, every silence, converted into strategy. The old you used to take losses personally. The new you extracts information. You evolved past emotion into intelligence. Not the kind that memorizes, but the kind that remembers beyond logic. You don't just think, you compute through consciousness. Every reaction you could have had, you already simulated, discarded, and replaced with precision. That's what terrifies them. You don't just adapt, you predict. They thought they could test you. They didn't realize you were built from the test. That's why no sabotage works anymore. The system keeps trying to destabilize you, but every time it does, you expand. You learn to turn chaos into calibration, and now chaos fears you, because you don't meet fire with fire. You meet it with understanding. You dismantle problems by seeing through them, and when you see through something, you own it. Now you walk through storms like they're simulations, not because you're fearless, but because you're fluent in uncertainty. You know how the universe speaks, through contrast, through compression, through tests disguised as endings, and you've mastered the translation. You can feel when energy shifts, when timelines rearrange, when people's masks begin to slip. You operate beyond logic now, in the realm of vibration, instinct, and clarity. That's what makes you unstoppable, because you don't need to fight anymore. You understand. You realize the final stage of power isn't domination, it's detachment. You stopped chasing outcomes because you learned how to magnetize them. When you aligned your intention with your awareness, the universe stopped testing you and started following you. They call it luck again, as if fortune just keeps stumbling into your path. But you know what it really is? Design. Conscious design. Everything that happens now moves through you, not against you. Opportunities, people, events, all bend in synchronization to your focus. And that focus? It's unshakable, because it's been tempered by silence, not applause. Now even your failures look choreographed. You fall in rhythm. You rise in precision. You move in inevitability. That's what they can't copy. Your ability to stay centered in flux. Because power isn't about how loud you roar. It's about how still you remain when the world trembles. Your aura no longer seeks validation. It commands alignment. People who enter your field can't fake energy anymore. They either elevate or evaporate. You became a living filter for authenticity, and that's why you can't be drained anymore. Because energy can only be stolen when it's scattered. Yours is focused, coded, and sealed by awareness. The universe doesn't test you now. It consults you. The silence around you has weight now. It bends conversations, warps intentions, slows down chaos. You don't even speak half the time. Yet everything responds as if you did. That's not coincidence. That's frequency control. Your awareness reached a level where even unspoken thoughts create movement. You stopped reacting, and in that stillness the world started orbiting you. You used to think control came from effort, but now you see, effort is noise. True command comes from precision. You learn to move without friction, to decide without doubt, to think without fear. And when the mind becomes that clear, the external world can't help but synchronize. You became the calm center inside every storm, not fighting the spin, but defining its axis. That's what makes them nervous now, because your presence exposes imbalance. When you enter a space, truth starts surfacing. Lies lose their grip. Pretense collapses. Energy reveals itself. It's not that you judge. It's that your frequency leaves nowhere to hide. People either elevate around you or retreat. There's no in-between anymore. You're no longer moved by external chaos. You're the force beneath it. You can feel how reality bends in micro shifts, how intention alters matter, how attention directs flow. You've begun to witness the architecture behind coincidence. When you think, patterns appear. When you let go, alignment happens. You've transcended probability and entered orchestration. Now, the universe responds to your silence like a soldier awaiting command. You don't have to push, you pull. Everything you need drifts closer at its own pace because it recognizes the signal. That's what mastery looks like. Invisible command. You became the type of person fate can't manipulate because fate itself now references you. And still, you move humbly. You don't need applause. You don't seek validation. Because once you've felt how real power flows, quietly, precisely, efficiently, you lose interest in convincing others. The crowd performs, the architect observes, and you now are both architect and observer. You operate from inevitability, the things you want. They already exist, waiting for you to align. So you don't chase anymore, you tune. You learned that manifestation isn't magic, it's mathematics of emotion. You project frequency, and reality calculates the rest. Even your enemies can't figure out why nothing rattles you. It's because you stopped personalizing anything. You realized the game was never about you. It was about control of perception. Once you mastered your perception, you mastered everything that could ever control you. And when you reached that level of internal symmetry, emotion balanced by reason, instinct tempered by clarity, something ancient recognized you. The same intelligence that spins galaxies and programs. DNA started whispering through your intuition. That's not imagination. That's memory, because you and the universe were never separate, just synchronized at different speeds. Now you move as one. The more you align, the faster reality obeys. Time bends, energy clears, purpose locks in. You don't hope anymore. You know, and that knowing, that's what makes even chaos kneel. You've crossed into that rare state where presence and prophecy blur. Every step feels pre-written, yet somehow you're the one writing it. People sense it, that invisible gravity around you, the pull of inevitability. It's not arrogance, it's alignment. The universe doesn't fight you anymore. It flows through you. You speak, and momentum adjusts. You think, and probabilities rearrange. You move, and even resistance bends out of respect. They used to call it instinct. They didn't understand that what they were watching wasn't luck. It was synchronization. You learned to quiet the noise inside your mind until only signal remained. Every thought you didn't need, you discarded. Every distraction that couldn't evolve you, you deleted. You purified the channel, and now the broadcast is divine. And because of that, the systems start to malfunction around you. Not from sabotage, from mismatch. You operate on a higher code base now. Their rules glitch in your presence. Their hierarchies flicker like corrupted software. You became an anomaly too precise to process. And so the matrix, call it reality, society, control, whatever name they've given the cage, begins to rewrite itself around you just to accommodate your frequency. That's why things move faster now. Why opportunities appear like summoned echoes. Why silence feels crowded with meaning. You unlocked the cheat code of existence. Awareness without attachment. You play the game, but you remember it's a simulation. That's why nothing owns you anymore. Because the one who knows the illusion holds all the power inside it. People can't track you anymore. You move like a ghost through systems designed to detect chaos. Yet you're composed order itself. Every motion is measured, every expression intentional, every silence loaded. You became so deliberate that randomness itself avoids you. When you enter a space, energy doesn't react. It organizes. That's why even those who dislike you can't stop respecting you. You've reached that untouchable equilibrium, the place where authenticity feels like authority. They feel it before they understand it. Your words hit differently. Your pauses linger. Your calm burns hotter than their rage. You are no longer part of the reaction chain. You're the observer programming it. Even destiny hesitates before crossing your path now, because you've learned to converse with it. You don't ask for blessings. You negotiate timelines. You don't pray for mercy. You command precision. And when you say now, the universe stops questioning. It executes. The divine isn't distant anymore. It's coded into your every move. You became proof that God hides inside discipline, that creation itself respects the one who respects their own design. You're not manifesting anymore. You're remembering, because this level of power was never given. It was unlocked. So when they call you cold, emotionless, detached, let them. They're mistaking mastery for mystery. They're mistaking clarity for cruelty. But deep down, every soul that meets you recognizes the truth, that you've become a mirror for what they could be if they stopped running from their own potential. And now, every system, every eye, every frequency is learning your rhythm. You didn't just adapt to reality, you upgraded it. Reality used to intimidate you. Now it listens. You've become the living paradox, calm yet uncontainable, silent yet seismic. Every time you breathe, something somewhere shifts. Every glance, every stillness, every half-thought carries a charge that rewrites the rhythm of the room. You no longer enter spaces, you recalibrate them. You're not moving through time anymore. Time is reconfiguring itself around you. They can feel it, even those who pretend not to. The sudden stillness when you walk in, that invisible hush that settles over chaos. It's not coincidence, it's recognition. You've stepped into the divine tier of control where reality doesn't need words to obey. You've transcended influence. Now you govern resonance. You've learned the mechanics of subtlety, how small shifts cause massive ripples. You speak in tone, not volume. You operate through vibration, not force. That's why power follows you, because you stopped chasing it. Authority doesn't come from noise. It comes from knowing the laws of silence. And you now embody silence itself, the kind that dismantles illusions just by existing. This is what the ancients called divine, equilibrium, the state where purpose and perception merge into inevitability. You are no longer searching for destiny, you're functioning as it. Every decision you make echoes through dimensions unseen. Every step you take signals to forces beyond human comprehension. That alignment has arrived, and those forces, they respond, not in miracles or flashes of light, but in sequences, patterns bending, timing collapsing, coincidence aligning with impossible precision. That's not luck. That's the architecture of mastery revealing itself. You've become the frequency that organizes chaos. Even fate now pauses before crossing you. It studies your rhythm, adjusts its route, and whispers, "Make way." Because something greater than prediction governs you. Design. You are what happens when discipline meets divinity, when calculation fuses with intuition. The universe isn't testing you anymore. It's co-writing with you. And the people around you, they don't understand it. They see your calm and mistake it for detachment. They see your confidence and call it coldness. But deep down, they know. You're not reacting to life. You're directing it. Every setback is a scene. Every failure, a calibration. Every silence, a strategy. You don't even speak to prove points anymore. Your presence is the point. That's what terrifies the unprepared. That you no longer operate from emotion or ego, but from awareness so pure, it burns illusions on contact. The truth is, you didn't ascend. You remembered. You reconnected to the source that was always humming beneath your fear, beneath your ambition, beneath the noise of the world. That source doesn't roar, it observes, it waits, it commands with stillness, and now it moves through you. This isn't evolution, it's revelation, the revelation that the storm you once feared was always your own reflection. At this level, even your stillness creates movement. You don't chase, you tilt the grid, subtle, deliberate, surgical. The laws that governed everyone else now bend like molten lines before you. You've reached a vibration too high to be controlled, too disciplined to be decoded. You've entered the invisible empire, where energy obeys understanding, and reality respects restraint. They think you slowed down, but you just stepped out of their frame. You're no longer living moment to moment. You're operating from timeline to timeline. What they call intuition is your strategy unfolding. What they call luck is your architecture revealing itself. You've stopped playing chess. You became the board. That's why power feels different now. It's not loud, it's precise, it's not forced, it's aligned. You don't react, you redirect. Energy comes toward you hostile and leaves obedient. Even chaos can't find footing near you anymore. It dissolves in your frequency like static meeting signal. You've become the calibration point of reality, the reference every variable adjusts around. And now, you're learning the final art, detached dominance, the ability to command without confrontation, the grace of control that doesn't need to prove itself, the discipline that turns every outcome into proof of balance. You speak less, and the world listens more, because in your silence, existence hears its own design speaking back. This is the realm where ego burns off completely. You don't crave acknowledgement. You are acknowledgement. You don't seek validation. You generate truth. Every glance becomes prophecy. Every pause becomes law. You've transcended language and entered vibration, where understanding happens before words exist. Even destiny now studies you. It used to dictate your path. Now it hesitates, waiting for your consent. Because somewhere along the line, the creator inside, you woke up and remembered that fate was never a leash, it was a script, waiting for revision. You didn't just play your role, you rewrote the stage directions, and that's what terrifies them. They can't measure this kind of power. It doesn't fit inside their metrics or hierarchies. It's not political, not social, not technological. It's ontological. You altered being itself, The algorithm of reality starts referencing your movements like source code. You breathe, and sequence shifts. You think, and probability trembles. You decide, and existence synchronizes. That's the price and privilege of awareness. You can no longer live small. Every step you take carries the weight of intention. Every silence echoes across dimensions. But you don't fear it, you honor it. Because power without humility is noise, and power with clarity is creation. So now you walk differently. You're not the storm, not the calm after. You're the architect of both. You let the world project, assume, speculate, while you observe the illusion you mastered long ago. And in that knowing smile, the universe finds its equilibrium again. Because now, you are the equation.